This was the most frequently missed question on the quiz. Many students didn't try it, which makes me think you're just feeling a little overwhelmed when you look at it. So hopefully after watching this video, it makes a little bit more sense. If not, I would love to find a time to meet with you, especially during the day. And if you work, we could do it during lunch, but so we can practice a few of these and get you feeling more confident, because this is something you will see again. So first we're going to do it the way I like to do it, and then I'm going to show you another way you can think of it. So we need 320 milliliters of a 90% alcohol solution. On hand you have a 15% alcohol mixture. You also have a 95% alcohol mixture. So the first thing to realize is the 90%, the 15%, and 95% are just describing the density of the alcohol mixture. So you might mix two things. You might mix water and some dish soap to make bubbles. And so the dish soap is concentrated soap where the water is 0% soap, but you mix them together to make a new solution that's maybe 50% soap solution. So this is similar. You might be mixing two different alcohol solutions to make a 90% alcohol solution. Okay, so the two that we're mixing is we're mixing a 15% solution and we're mixing a 95% or mixture. We're mixing a 15% alcohol mixture with a 95% mixture, and those together, when we mix those two together, we're going to make a 90% mixture. Okay, so let's call the 15% solution X and the 95% solution Y. So these are the two. We're going to be adding these two together, putting these two solutions together to create this 90% solution. Now we know we're going to have so many milliliters of each of these. So we're going to have so many of the 15%, and we're going to add that together with so many of the 95%. In total, we're going to have 320 milliliters. So this is again the quantity equation. This is the one I always like to do first because I feel like it's just a little more straightforward. So we've got to put some of the 15 with some of the 95, and together we'll get the 320 milliliters. Now next we're going to put in our percentages. Now we know when we use percentages in an equation, we need to use a decimal. We need to change them to a decimal. So we're going to have 15% of the X milliliters, so 0.15 times X, plus 0.95 times Y, 95% of the Y milliliters, and that will give us this new 90% solution, so 0.90 times 320. So notice it's kind of like we're writing our quantity equation over, except with the decimals. So let's go ahead and simplify that. We'll have 0.15x plus 0.95y equals, and let's multiply that one. So we get 288 there. Now if we want at this point, we could multiply everything by 100 to get rid of the decimal. To me it's sixes because you're going to end up with a really big number over here, but you decide. I am going to cross this out so we know we're done with that equation. Now we can choose to solve this either by elimination or substitution. I'm going to go with elimination. So I'm going to multiply this by negative 0.15 so that we get our x's to be the same but opposite. So we'll multiply all three by negative 0.15. So we get negative 0.15x minus 0.15y equals negative 48. Okay, so just negative 0.15 times all three of those, and I'm going to cross that one out too, so I know we're done with that. So this is our system of equations. We've kind of simplified it and changed it so that we can work it out. So let's add these two together. 0.15x minus 0.15x will cancel. We get 0.95y minus 0.15y, so we'll get 0.80y. And then we'll just get equals 240. Now, if you want, you can just leave this as 0.8y, but 0.80 works too. Just when the zero is after the decimal, you don't have to. So now we divide by 0.80 on each side. So 240 divided by 0.8 or 0.80 is going to be 300. So y equals 300 milliliters, which means we'll need 300 milliliters of our 95% solution. I should have written that under, but that's okay. Now, if we are ending up with a 90% solution, that makes sense that we'd need a lot more of the 95%, right? Because it's going to be pretty concentrated. So if we have 320 total, we know we'll just have 20 milliliters of the 15% solution. This is one also that you can, or the 15% mixture. This is one also you can check. So we know 300 plus 20 does equal the 320. And then we can do 0.15 times 20 plus 0.95 times 300. And that should give us this 288. Hopefully that helps. If you're feeling confused, email me and we can set up an appointment.